Okay. Hello. Audio not available. Hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, it looks like you can hear me. Audio? Okay, good. So, what we're going to do is we're going to read the abacus. What? That's not it. Can we do it like that? Can we do that? No, we can't do that. Okay. So we have my abacus. What we're going to do is we're going to look at this number. When we look at the number, we need to figure out how to make 67. How do we make 67? To make 67, we have our tens, right? And we have our ones. So we have 6, 5, 6, and then 7. 5, 6, 7. So what are we doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. And go here. Okay. So I have 60, and I'm going to color it in. So I have 60, 5, 6, and then 5, 6, 7. Ooh, that's dark. But that's okay. That's okay. Hello. Hello, the one. Haha, the one of the best. How are you today? All right. So what are we doing? Okay, that's what 67 is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 65. 65 is 5, 6, and then 5. So this is what 65 looks like. 65 is the number we're doing, 60, and then 5. So we're going to color in the abacus 5, 6, right? That's 60 because I do my tens and my ones. And then I have my 5. This is my ones, my tens, my ones. We're doing learning how to do 2-digit abacus. So we have 13. 13, if I have my tens and my ones, I have my tens, which is only this, and then my ones, 1, 2, 3. When we look, we're going to color it in, right? That's my tens, and then we have my ones, 1, 2, 3. So what now? We have 13. It takes me over here, and now I have 81. 81, what does that look like? We have 5, 6, 7, 8 on my tens, and then we have 1 in my ones. So when I color it in, it will look like 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have 1. So this is a maze that I made. This is a book about mazes of how to read the abacus. Welcome everybody, welcome. Come on in. Hopefully you guys are sticking around to understand how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, we will go into adding, subtracting, multiplication. Well, it depends if we go multiplication, but we're just going to do adding and subtracting for right now. And so we want to do 12. To do 12, we do 1 and do 2. So we have our tens, which is 1, and then our ones. 1, 2. Welcome everybody, welcome. My name is Lynette, and what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. So this is a maze that we're going to look at, and so this is my tens, and then this is my ones. So I'm going to color it in. This is my tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my ones. This is 5, 6, 7. Nope, I don't need 6. I don't need 7. That was a mistake. But it is what it is. We all make mistakes. Okay, so we're going to do 52. 52 is what? We do 50 and do 2. So we have 5 and then 2. 1, 2. How are we doing? Hello, thank you, Charles, so much for sharing my live. So we're going to do 92. 92 is over here. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Hello. So we have our tens and we have our ones. To do our tens, we have 90 and then we have 2. How do I read that? We have our 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2. 1, 2. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2. Thank you, Charles, so much for sharing the live. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So we have 92, and it takes me to here, and I got to do 82. 82. We have 80 and then 2. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we have 2. 1, 2. Thank you so much, people, for liking the live as well. Thank you. Okay, what we're doing is we're continuing to read the abacus. It's a strange thing, but it's a different way of looking at math. So we're going to look at 57. To read 57, we're going to do 5 and then 7. How do I know? Well, the top bead will always be 5. The top bead is 5. So we have 5 and then 5, 6, 7. Every bottom bead has a value of 1. So we have 57. That's what 57 looks like. 50 and then 7. We have 11. 11 is easy. How do I know? Because it's 1 and 1. 1 and 1. What you gonna do? So we have 11. 1 in the tens place and 1's in the ones place. And then takes me to this final number. This final number is 23. 23 is 20 and 3. 2, 1, 2 in the tens column, and 3, 1, 2, 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to color in 23. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And we're at 23. And that's it. Alrighty. Well, we're done with the maze, and that's the maze. This is my maze. I like my maze. So this maze is How to Read the Abacus, and this book is over here. If you're interested, the book is available. I'm still bringing in my books to the shop, but if anybody's interested, it is available here. My name is Lynette. I've been teaching Abacus for about 20 years. I just started creating these math workbooks that are very specific to Abacus. Abacus is the greatest thing next to sliced bread. I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread. But if you guys can open your mind to something different.
Now, open your mind to me, please. Open your mind.
Just keep your mind open to something different. What we're doing is also, it's a whole methodology. This is where all the kids do this, and you're like, how do they do it so fast? It's because they learn the Abacus method. I don't know any other method that goes as quickly as Abacus. Abacus, what we do is we do arithmetic. So we do adding, subtraction, multiplication, and we can actually do division. But the first thing we're going to do is we learn how to read the Abacus, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, we're going to still continue to read the Abacus. Because there's those people that are coming in. So we're going to continue to read the Abacus. I'm going to ask for participation. So here is the next set. We did that maze. What we want to do is we want to go over here. Nope. So this is my maze. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so welcome everybody. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, what number do you think this is? And I have my tens and my ones. Oh, and you know what? We'll do that. We'll do 2-digit, and then next time we'll do 3-digit. For those of you that are still sticking around, we'll do 3-digit. So, what number do we think this is? If this is my tens, and then this is my ones, what number do you think that is? Let me know. In the chat, let me know what number you think that is. We have our tens and we have our ones. What number? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 40. And then this would be what number? 5, 6, 7, 8. All the top beat is a value of 5. Almost X. So the top beat is a value of 5. So this is actually 8. So it's 40, which you got that right. And then it's 8. 43 looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. This one is 48. Thank you so much for participating. So then I have my next number. What number do you think this is? I have my tens and my ones. Yeah, right? Cool. Makes sense. Okay, good. Let me know if you have any questions. So I have my tens and my ones. What number? Almost. 22, because we have to pay attention to the horizontal bar. With the horizontal bar, there's the top beads, which a value of 5. With the bottom beads, they all have a value of 1. So 22 actually looks like this. 22. But the way the abacus is written, it looks like this. 55. 5 and then 6. So this is actually 66. When we're reading, let's do a little review. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 and then 5. The top beat is always a value of 5. We have 6, 7, 8, 9. Hello, Shireen. Hi. Yeah, 16. No, that's not 16. This is 66. What we're looking at for 16, because Shireen mentioned, 16 looks like 1 and a 6. So we have 1 and a 6. But what we're looking at is we're looking at 66. X mentioned that it was 22. 22 actually looks like that. So it's all about the positioning of the beads. The bottom beads are a value of 1. The top bead, or if you want to be poetic, the heaven beads are up here, and then the earth beads down here is a value of 1. So the heaven beads is a value of 5, and the bottom beads, the earth beads, is a value of 1. So looking at 22 looks like that, but the number up here is actually 66. So it's 5, 6, 5, 6, and we want to pay attention to the horizontal bar. So that number is 66. What number do you think this is? So we have our tens and our ones. So we have our tens and we have our ones. Our ones is this. What number do you think this is? I should bring that down a little bit. There we go. What number do you think that is? I'm going to color it in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'd be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 4 is the answer. So that would take me down to here. And now I'm over here. So now X, that would be it. This would be 22. So we have 20, 1, 2, and then 2. 1, 2. 22. Our next number is, we're following the path, and this is a maze. So what we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. After we learn how to read the abacus, we will go into adding and subtracting. So we have our tens and we have our ones. What number do we think that is? And I'm going to color it in. We have our tens and we have our ones. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What number do we think that is? Please put in the chat what number you think. Oh, hey, Tammy, welcome back. Thank you, Shireen. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, I came on a little late. I was going to be here earlier, but I started getting down this rabbit hole of making an abacus interactive game. It was really quite interesting. Okay, so we have our tens and we have our ones. What number do you think this is? What grade is abacus taught? You know, I was thinking about that. It is not 12, Tammy. I was thinking about that. And I think they usually start the kids at like preschool or first grade or kindergarten, not kindergarten. Actually, I take that back. I think they start the kids at kindergarten and maybe they go to first grade. Usually they start the kids young, like 5, 6, 7. But what I'm trying to do, I can't type, Tammy. Thank you, Shireen. It is 56. It is 56. Thank you, Mutt. 16 looks like this. 1 and 6. That's what 16 looks like. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the top 8. The top 8 has a value of 5, so it's actually 56. Thank you, Shireen. Thank you, Tammy. 56. Did that make sense, Ethan? So usually they would start at grades, kindergarten, first grade. Usually that's about the age. But I'm actually going to try to introduce abacus to most grades and to adults as well. And which is what I'm doing for my lives. And so I'm actually in the process of creating a introduction to abacus for adults. And I was thinking that abacus is more like brain gymnastics. It's like, playing with Sudoku or playing with, doing word searches, crossword puzzles, and all that stuff, and even jigsaw puzzles. So, I mean, the concept is very simple, but I just got to go through and understand how to teach it to adults. And I think it'll be a really good outlet for a lot. Almost 55. So I'm working my brain. Yeah, right? It's very interesting. I'm very invested. Yeah, thank you, Tammy. Like, I appreciate every time you come on. Because that's what it is, right? What it is just trying to understand how to read the abacus. And working our brain like we do multiplication and division, and we do adding and subtracting. So yeah, I really do enjoy the abacus. Okay. So this is very interesting. I'm invested. I've seen these as a kid, but I never knew how you learn them. Yeah. Would you teach a class in person? I do teach a class in person. It is very, thank you, Mutt. There's a lot of people that mention that. It is very similar to binary. Because every column is a place value, right? Every column is a place value. So when we're looking, hold on, sorry. When we're looking, when we're seeing this, right? Every column is a place value. So I have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000s. And when we have it, right, it's exactly the way we write it. And yeah, I guess binary would be like on, off. But it'd be 1 minus 1. 2 minus 2. 3 minus 3. 4, take away 4. And so what we'll do is after we learn how to read the abacus, we'll go into understanding how to move the abacus. I could see that. It's binary code, but I don't read binary. And then we have our hundreds over here. So we have our 100, 200, 300, 400. But what number would this be? This would be 32. So we're going to continue on doing 31. We do 31. This is 30. This is 1. So we have 31 and we're over here. And then we have, what number do we think this is? I'm going to color in the active beads. So, what number? Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Mutt. So it is 5, and we go to 5. Yeah. And then we have this number. We have our 10s, and we have our 1s. What number do we think that is? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Tammy, I was going to do like a bunch of mazes, but they're all going to be very different. I'm actually very excited for it. I'll show you. I'll show you in a little bit. 85. Yes, thank you, Mutt. It is 85 because we have 80, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we have 5. Funny, I do have a person that is 71 and they're learning how to read the abacus and learn the abacus as well. It's very quite interesting and I am very excited about it. So I'm going to continue on with making like more books for adults to do abacus, which is really kind of a strange thing. I didn't even think that it was a thing, but it was like, but if we do coloring books, if adults do coloring books, why not do math? Why not do arithmetic? Hey, digging it. Yeah, right? 41. So we have 40, and then we have 1. 41. Almost 43 looks like this. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 would look like this. 1, 2, 3. That's what 43 would look like. But here we're doing 41. Yeah, I kind of like the visual Roman numerals. Yeah, it's really quite interesting. And then we'll go into like we can actually do adding and subtracting. So we have our answer. I'm sorry. We have our number. We have our tens and we have our ones. So we have our tens and we have our ones. So we have, thank you. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah. Thank you, P. I figured you meant Roman instead of romance. Thank you, Soviet. Thank you, Cat. Oh, that's a very creative way. Yes, 17. 1 and 7. That is 17. And so now we're here. We are at the finish line. So now, after this, we're going to do 3 digits. And it's another maze. So we have our 10s and we have our 1s. We have our 10s and we have our 1s. This is 1s. So what number do we think that is? That one's an easy one. This one's easy. Too easy, right? 3. It is 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. That is my maze. And I'm going to make a bunch of more maze books, but there's going to be lessons involved. This one doesn't have this one does also have a lesson. So in the beginning of the book, I have it where I have instructions on how to read the abacus. And then this is just the beginning part where we talked about, 1 to 9. And then again, we're just learning how to read the abacus. And you color it in. The idea was to color it in. And then we talk about place values. And so here we do 36, right? 36 is my place value. I'm sorry. This is my number. Here's my place value. So I'm trying to line it up that this is 30 and this is 6. And so this was like the beginning part. If you don't have, I love them. The reverse mazes are real. Oh yeah, right. I have to update my next ones. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thank you so much for the encouragement. Oh my God, you're gonna be wealthy and blessed. Oh, thank you, Pihala. I hope so. I hope so. I'm trying to I just want it to be so known that abacus is so fun. It is so fun. So in this book, right, my abacus mazes, I give you this thing called mask maze, but I noticed that the paper is a little thin, so you can still see the answers. So I did provide this QR code, and this QR code, you just input your email address, and you can actually, I'll give you this for free. And what it is you can print it out on cardstock, and it's a lot better. Then you can print it on anything. Thank you, P. Holla, for the encouragement. I do appreciate it. So what Tammy was talking about, the reverse mazes, and it's like, I kind of like it. I mean, I updated mine. Mine's a prototype page. Mine is a prototype workbook. But when I go through, I do make updates because I don't like the extra beads on top and the bottom. I sent you a message about the +5. Oh, okay. I'll take a look. You put it in my DM. Okay, I'll take a look. Was it okay, I'll take a look. Thank you, Tammy, so much for the encouragement. But oh yeah, so and then I have my second one. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So here's the next one. This is the 3-digit one. And again, it's the same thing, right? But then now we're doing 3 digits, and the idea was to figure out what the numbers are. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I think I finally got the mazes down, that it'll be easy. So then, I don't know, Tammy, what you're going to think, but it's so exciting. I got multiplication. I've got multiplication mazes as well. So I got multiplication mazes, and then I got double digit mazes. And these are all going to be a different series. This is a different series, and I'm going to have instructions on how to do this as well. Yeah. And I think I'm going to focus more on, the way I have it, right? This is a two-step equations. So in here, all of these mazes are two-step equations, and I think it's going to be really good. Can I buy this book on your site, correct, with an abacus? Yeah, or my TikTok shop. I do offer the book. This book is not available yet. I actually just started implementing this concept, but the book, it is available on my shop. But I'm still stocking it. If you're looking for it for right now, I do have it here, but it doesn't include the abacus. I do include my abacus is you can buy it on my shop, or you can buy it or my website. It is up to you. I can't wait for all these to be published. I'm so excited. There's like a whole line of multiplication I was thinking about. So obviously it started off with this, and there's a 3-digit, and then after that I already did the 3-digit. Now I'm going to do 4-digit, 5-digit with the decimals, and then I'm going to do multiplication and adding and subtracting. I'm so excited. And I figured out the format too, because what I wanted to do is, like everything is for in category, right? So when we do the different categories, all of this is only simple, and then I go the next one, which is all of it is like adding of the 5, and then the next one is all of it is adding the 10. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. And then I have there's only like 3 pages that's a mixed formula, and I'm like, oh my god. And so I'm like, I can actually introduce this with 2 digits times 1 digit, and I think that will help elevate the thinking. You know what I mean? I'm so excited. And then I was going to have another set where it would be the adding and subtraction multiplication maze. And that's a different set of books. So that's a series. That's what I was thinking. I was going to do a maze series, and it's just like maze after maze. And I was like thinking, honestly, Tammy, like I was actually nervous to do the mazes, because I was like, well, maybe I need to be something different. But then I have to remember, right? Like Sudoku, that board is the same thing. So why not? Right? Like even word searches are all the same format. So why not? So I have to stop overthinking, and just do it. And I think the best thing is that the numbers are curated. So every number should be specific, but then that's what I'm doing, right? As I go through all the TikTok lives, I go through my book to see if I have any typos. Thank you, Shireen, so much. Yeah, I'm actually very excited for this, but it's a lot of printing. So are we ready for the 3-digit? Should we do 3 digits? Let's do 3 digits. And then we can go into adding and subtracting. Yeah? Okay, so we have this number. We have our hundreds. So now we're doing one more digit, right? So we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds. If anybody has any questions about the abacus, let me know. So I have my hundreds. This is my hundreds. This is my tens. And then this is my ones. What number do you think that is? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for participating. Cody! Okay. Yes. I just did a rundown of my series of mazes. I'm very excited for it. We're going to do multiplication mazes, and so it'd be easy for me to introduce, but I have to make sure that I get the questions better. So, thank you so much, Cody, for dropping by. Okay, what number do we think this is? We have 970. That's what it is, 970. So 970 takes me down to here, so I'm going to do this, just so I know I did it. And then I'm going to color it in. So I have my hundreds, I have my tens, and I have my ones. Yeah, Cody, I was just talking about how I was going to have a whole line of abacus mazes, but they're all going to be very different. So this one is my 3-digit, which is already published, and then I have I'm going to have multiplication and division. I don't know. I haven't done division yet. I haven't categorized my division. It will be very difficult to categorize division. I just got to take the time to do it, but I was able to categorize multiplication. I'm very excited for multiplication. So what number do we think that is? This is 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 800 and this is 33. Thank you, Tammy. 833. So 833 takes me to this one over here. And then we go over here. So what number do we think this is? Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Lynette. We're learning how to read the abacus first. After we learn how to read the abacus, we're going to go into understanding how to add and subtract. If anybody is interested, these books are still being stocked in my TikTok shop, but it is available here. My name is Lynette, and I've been teaching abacus for 20 years. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tammy. It is 875. 875. And then we have 875, and it takes me to here, and my final, and then this is my next number. So my next number is my hundreds and my 0. So 200. Okay. Okay, Tammy, I think it's just the two of us. Do you want to do something different? I mean, if it's just the two of us, then we might as well do something different. Yeah? What do you want to do? I think it's just the two of us. That's what happens when they're, yeah, right? Not a problem. What do we want to do? What do we want to practice on the abacus? You let me know. Subtraction. Okay, do you want to do the -5 subtraction? Do you want to do, that's what I have available. Oh, no, I do. I did not print out my other book yet. We can do, wait, do you want to do this one? So, or do you want to do tens, -10s subtraction? Yes? Okay. So here's my hidden word. This is part of the -5. So we could do with the -5, and it's available here. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand 9. So if we take the 9, and then we take away the 4, it's easy, right? We take away the 4, and then we plus the minus the 3. Now remember minus the 3. Wait. Did you already teach how to read the abacus? I did. Hold on. You know what? Let me finish this question and we'll do a review, yeah? Thank you so much for commenting. Let me just do this and then we'll review. So, let me do that. Let me finish my question, then we'll do a review. Oh, good. Oh, good, Tammy. Thank you so much. I was going to bring out the thing. Yeah, not a problem. Okay, so yes, minus the 5 plus the 2. Yes, yes. So we do minus the 5 plus the 2. 1, 2. And then we want to add the 6. Can we do it? Yeah, we can add the 6. So my final answer is 8. I'm going to write it out. Yeah, I'm going to do it. 8. Oh, it's an L. So then we got to find our number down here. So we have L, 8. 8 is L. Okay, can this help with algebra? It does? It does. I mean, there's some algebraic concepts in it. Okay, cruise 6. I don't know. I think it's croissants. So we're going to do a review. When we do a review, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The top beat will always be 5, and then we have 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9, we have 10. 10 looks very familiar, doesn't it? 10 is a 1, but you notice that we have a 0. This 0 is our place value. So when we're looking, we have every column is a place value. So we have a 10, and then 11, and then 12, 13, 14, and then 15. After 15, 1, 5, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. 20, and then we can count by tens, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Now we can go by the place values, 100, 200, 300, 400. But then we could do 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And then we could do 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. So if we look, right, all the beads touching in the top, this is 5, this is 55, this is 555. 5,555, 55,555, and point, because you've noticed that the decimal sits between the ones and the tenths. It doesn't sit on a place value. So it would be 0.55. Did that make sense, Crew 6? I hope I said that name right. Great. So you might be asking, like, why is there a dot? Why am I here? Well, the reason why I'm here is because I have this dot indicator. If you notice, I actually have two. So because I have two, it's like grouped. And so if you notice that this one would be like a comma. So we have our ones and our thousands. But if I choose, I can choose.
Pokemon, I choose you!
Hello, Kelly. If you want, you can choose this one. If you choose this one, then you move it over like that. So then we would count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then notice I can do, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now, but the problem is I have no more room for hundreds. However, I have more digits for the smaller decimals. So that's why we want to choose a specific dot. That's why we want to choose a specific indicator. But because I choose this one over here,
Okay, Charizard, I choose you!
I want to move it over, and then now I have all of this room to have my decimal place, my place values. So I have my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, my 10,000s, and then I only have my tenths and the hundreds. And that's it. That is how to read the abacus. Now, the one thing about reading the abacus is make sure that it's very gentle. It's very easy to move. So you want to use your left hand to hold the abacus. Even though you're left-handed, you use your left hand to write, you still need to. It's a guideline to use your left hand to hold the abacus, and you use your right hand to do the calculations, because they were saying that calculations happens to your left hemisphere as the visual and the art is onto the right side of the brain. What else? When you're moving the abacus, you want to make sure that you only touch the edges of the beads, right? So if you notice, when I do it, I do this, right? I don't go inside, right? No. You could still do left-handed. You could still do abacus with the abacus. You could still do math. It's just holding the abacus. That's all. So what it is when we're looking, we want to be utilizing, and we want to be gentle. We want to be gentle when we do abacus. We want to be happy when we do abacus. The reason why is because if you're ever aggressive, right, you're going to get the wrong answer, because it's very easy to move, and you don't want to flick.
And flick. Oh, you flick too hard, damn it!
So you don't want to flick. What you want to do is you want to move the beads with intention. So I have 1, 2. I'm going to add the 2. If I have the 5, I'm going to add the 5. Add the 5. Notice that when the beads are touching the horizontal bar, it is being counted. So this is 7. Does that make sense? Hello, spooky.kitty. Rip me being left-handed. It is perfectly fine. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. What we're doing is we're learning how to read the abacus. Let me know if you have any questions. We were going to continue on with subtraction, because I don't do enough subtraction when I go live, and I think we need to do more subtraction. All right. So what are we doing? Does that make sense? So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. After 5, we have 6. So notice if I have 1 plus the 5 is 6. I have 2 plus the 5, now I have 7. I have 3 plus the 5, now I have 8. I have 4 plus the 5, and now I have 9. And then you might be wondering, well, what about 10? 10 looks like this. 10 is a 1 and a 0. 0 is our place value, right? Placeholder. 0 is a placeholder, and it just moves everybody over. So if I do ones, now I can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. 4 and a 0. Same thing with this. 100, 100, 200, 200. All right, so we're going to continue on learning how to subtract. Are we ready, or do we want to go into understanding how to move the beads? I don't know if anybody else is still here. Dolce! Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, Alpha, pronounced Madeline. That's funny. Okay. So let's focus. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the 5. We add the 5 and we want to add the 2. Now the question is what? We want to take away the 4, but to take away the 4, we know what? Tammy, we know what? Take away the 4 is what? I'm about ready to go ahead moving with move. But go ahead with move. Oh, I am ready, but go ahead with moving the beads. No, we're okay. It just depends on if everybody else is here. There's about 3 of us. So, minus the 1, minus the 5 plus the 1. Okay, good. So minus the 5 plus the 1. So right now I have 3, and then I want to add 6. When I add 6, right, I want to do together. So my final answer is 9. Some people stay, some people leave. So it is up to them if they want to, if they have any questions, let me know. So I don't know if Croissants and Spooky Kitty is still here, but it is what it is, right? And so if you have questions, let me know. 9, S. And then we have what? So then we have, quiet, riot, that's funny. So we have 5, and then we want to add the 1. When we add the 1, and then we want to minus the 4. When we minus the 4, how do we minus the 4? Does anybody have any questions? We're going to continue on with adding and subtracting. So we're doing the minus 4. Thank you. Minus 4. Oh, you know what? I don't know if this is going to help you. So, I don't know if you've seen this. Did I show you this, Tammy? What we have is, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this helped, but it helped me, and I was like, oh, that's why we do it. So here what we're going to do is, remember, we isolate the variable, right? We isolate this variable. What are we trying to do? We're trying to take away the 4. Because we're trying to take away the 4, we know that we have to minus the 5. Now, if I look, I isolate my variable. It's minus the 4 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. Then what do? We need to substitute this in. Okay, that's fine. So let's rewrite it as an algebra. Let's write it algebraically. So remember, x is equal to minus the 5 plus the 1. Okay? Now, the interesting thing about it is that now we have this concept. But guess what? If we add another concept, like we do subtraction of the 3, we do the same thing. So we have minus the 3 is equal to minus the 5 plus the 2. Okay, that's fine. Let's change this out to make it algebraic. So x is equal to minus the 5 plus the 2. Guess what? All we got to do is we take this and we replace it with a variable. Notice? All we got to do. So what are we going to do? We're going to do x is equal to minus the 5 plus the y. And now it's versatile. And that's when we start talking about algebra. And if you notice, I could do it again, right? So x is equal to minus the 5 plus the y. Make sense? I thought that was brilliant. Because what really makes it interesting and it hones it down is this 5. It doesn't matter what the partners are, as long as they're correct. So you have to remember the partners is 1 and 4 and 3 and 2. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Right? And so it's interesting, like it leads into more algebra. It leads into more algebraic thinking, but breaking it down to understanding. The difference between abacus and algebra is that we know our variables. Our variables are known. That's the difference. But because we have this concept already as we go through, we can now change it out and be more template-like. change out our equation so it's more like a, yeah, I figured subtraction had to be the opposite of addition. Yes, it is. It is. And so now if you notice, right, we have 4, we add the 4, it's plus the 5 minus the 1. When we take away the 4, it's the same one, but the opposite. Minus the 5 plus the 1. But you know what the difference is? It's not another strategy. Whereas in mainstream school, in mainstream math, they do different strategies for addition as opposed to different strategies for addition. But in abacus, you do one, you do the other. It's just the opposite. Yeah. So we can do the same thing, but we can now do plus. So I do x is equal to plus the 5 minus y. Brilliant, right? That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's exactly what you're thinking. And it's interesting, right? Like, yeah, I don't know why mainstream math makes everything more complicated. I mean, they're trying to get them all to do all the other strategies, but I feel like that if we just knew the fundamentals, right? If we just knew the fundamentals, then it'd be easy to to scale and transition to bigger numbers. So, yeah. Kelly, do you have any questions? How are you doing? Okay. Let me know, Kelly, if you have any questions. And I do appreciate that you're bringing in Abacus. Let me know if you have any more. But I do have more workbooks. Okay, so we're going to continue on. So here we go. We want to add the 5. So on my Abacus, I'm going to add the 5, and then I have add the 1. Now what I want to do is I want to minus the 4. Minus the 4 is what we did before, right? Minus the 4 is what? Minus the 5 plus the 1. And then want to add the 3. How do we add the 3? Is there enough beads to add the 3? No. So what are we going to do, Tammy? We want to add the 3. Learning Abacus has helped. Hey, Sarah! Understand distributed properties so much more. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, plus the 5 minus the 2. Exactly. Thank you. Hello, Sarah. Welcome back. Welcome back. Your package is actually being sent out. And I was doing a little review of like what my mazes are going to be. And then the distributed property for multiplication. I was going to have mazes for the multiplication. Oh, it's going to be great. So my X is 5, and then there's nothing here. So 1, there's no 5 here, so I don't need to worry about it. Okay, so how are we doing? I got my 3-digit book. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, fantastic. That's you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting. And I do hope it helps. And then what else? Okay, so we're going to continue on to minus. Anybody else have any questions? Let me know. There are 14 of us, or 2. So Tammy and Sarah, let me know if you have any questions. I know, it's a little quiet, but it's okay. We can do one-on-ones. Or I could show you the rest of my books. Hey, Plesmo! Welcome back. I saw Math Mind based on Abacus. Incredible. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Math Mind. That was a really good video. Yeah. It's really interesting. I'm here for a good time. Sarah, that's so funny. You guys are hilarious. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for the thing. I'm excited for the rest of the books. Yeah, it was just very interesting. Okay. So I think it's just the 3 of us. I think it's the 3 of us. There's 12 in the room, but I think there's the 3 of us. Yeah, the Math Mind based on Abacus. That was a good. It's an old video, right? And it talks about how the Japanese. Yeah, that was a good one. Thank you, Daniel, for following me. Let me know if anybody has any questions, if we need to do a review. Well, you know what? Let's do a review for the Abacus. For those of you the new ones. For those of you that are just joining in, welcome everybody. Welcome. What we're going to do is we're going to read the Abacus. Daniel Jonas, thank you so much. So we're going to read the Abacus. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. When the bottom beads are touching the horizontal bar, this is what's 4. And then we have 5. The top bead always has a value of 5. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9, you might be wondering, well, what's after 9 is 10. Notice when we do 10, it's actually a 1 and a 0. 1 and a 0. And then we have 20, 30, 40. 40 is a 4 and a 0. Does that make sense, Daniel? And so what we're doing is we're understanding how to read the beads, how to read the Abacus. Because once you understand how to read the Abacus, then moving the beads will be easy. Okay, so we have 50. Now, some people might be wondering, well, isn't this 10? I was like, no. This is not 10 because this is 5 and 5. This would be 55. Hey, Meryl. I had no idea. Oh, yeah. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for letting me know that you're... Because there's other people here that have been with me for a while, so I don't know who's new. Thank you guys for joining. How to read the Abacus. Thank you so much. Ho, ho, ho. Not Santa. So we're going to read it again. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The top beat is a value of 5, and then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now we have 10, 0, 1, 0. 0 is our placeholder. We have 10, 20, 30, 40. And then we have 50, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Now if we look, we have 1, 0, 0. And we can keep counting because now we have every place value. We have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000s. So what we're seeing is if I did this and I did that, what number do you think that is? What number do you think this is? Now we have to remember what our place values are, right? So what number do you think this is? On my abacus, 600. Thank you, Plasmo. Yes, thank you, Ho Ho. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Sarah. So it's 600. And so now we can talk about, hi, oh. So thank you, Julia. So now what we can do is we understand that every column is a place value. Now, you might be wondering, I've had abacus for 30 years and I've forgotten more than I learned as a kid. What we're doing is understanding why am I here. Now I have a dot. If you notice I have these dots. These dots is my ones indicator, or they can call it a units tab. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose one. Don't choose two. You can't do two. You got to choose one. So if I chose one,
I choose you.
what does that mean? I choose this one. Well, that means that now I just shift my place value. So I have my ones, my tens, but notice I have no room for the hundreds. But then I have all of this to be my decimals. It's only seven columns, so it just depends on where your ones place is. It all depends on how many numbers you have. So you could still do 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, right? 9 and 0. But then I'd have no more room for the hundreds. That's why I choose this one over here.
Okay, Charizard, I choose you.
So then I move it all over to this, and notice I still have my decimal here. So I have my ones and my decimal. My decimal sits between my ones and the tenths. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take a place value. So this is not a decimal. It's an indicator. It's like a little label. So when we're looking, we have our tenths and our hundreds, just like we do with money. So if I had $1.25, that's what $1.25 looks like. If I did $1 or $9.75. That's what's $1.75. Okay, Tammy, I'll see you later. I should be on for a little bit. So, thank you so much. I've never learned how to do. Oh, thank you, Julia. Not a problem, Julia. Let me know if you have any questions. Any questions, let me know. So then I can continue on. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we are moving the beads and we're gentle when moving the beads. The reason why is because the abacus beads are very easy to move. It's like a little rattle. So what's going to happen is you use your left hand to hold the abacus, and you use your right hand to do your calculations. Even if you're left-handed, you use your left hand to hold it. It's a guideline. It's a guide, right? You can do calculations with your left hand if you choose to, but or you don't. It's up to you. But when I was teaching, I would always say hold the abacus with your left hand because it's very easy to move, right? It's very easy to bump because if you notice, if I don't touch it and I'm doing this, then my whole abacus moves, and sometimes my beads will move as well. Can you make any number on the abacus? Yes, womp womp. Your username has 123, so it's 123. That's the number. I watched the kids use imaginary abacus while doing their maths in school. It was eye-opening. Do they make them longer? Yes. Yes, they do. Oh, so this one is a 13-column abacus. I do have that as well. And you know what? It's because since it's 13 columns, size matters. So what does that mean is that we have, if I choose this one to be my ones place, I have my ones, my thousands, my millions, my billions, and now I can go to trillions. But it all depends on how big your number is. You could go bigger. If you wanted to track the national debt, I do have one that's 23 columns, but I don't sell it. This is my own personal one. And this one is made out of bamboo. And it's quieter. That's what I noticed. This one that I do sell is made out of plastic. It works exactly the same. But what's the difference is that it's just a little bit louder and it's a little bit shorter because this one is 23 columns. And so you can count ones, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions, quintillions. Sorry. So, do they make them longer? Thanks. Wow, no way. Do you know hand abacus or other good sources been wanting to learn? The bamboo one is My big one, it has bamboo beads. Oh, interesting. I saw you working on a huge one. Where do I get that one? This one, this one's a teacher's abacus. And I actually got it from a retired abacus teacher. I think you can get it at Alibaba, or even Amazon, but they're expensive. They're about $200. Oh, the gazillion ones? You can get that. You can get the gazillion one on Amazon as well. I don't know. I don't know the quality of them, but yeah, you can. I mean, mine is like 20 years old. I've had it for 20 years. So, I saw you working on the. Where'd you get that one? Yeah. So that's that one. Hey, mistletoe. Okay, misguided mistletoe. There's no gazillions. There is. I know. You know what? I know. Somebody actually here has a 27 column abacus, so it's possible. It is very possible. 27 columns. I don't know how many. That's a lot of dots. So, how are we doing? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the bamboo one, the imaginary one. I'm sorry. Where are we? We are. Do I know abacus fingers? How do you hand abacus? I don't, Travis. I'm sorry. I don't do hand abacus or any good sources for it. No, sorry. What I do is only do the soroban. And I'm trying to educate everybody how to use the soroban. There is the Chinese abacus, but I don't sell that and I don't teach that either. There's also like the Russian abacus, and then there's a Breckenrec, which is a Dutch abacus, and then there's the Right Start. I think you can call it an American abacus, but they're all 10 beads across. Whereas the soroban and the Chinese abacus is very specific to the formulas. So, hello, Tropical Paradise, welcome back, welcome back. How are you doing? I didn't realize there were so many. Yeah, there's a few. There's another one called a Kramer abacus, and the Kramer abacus is for mostly people who are difficult to see. So the difference is that their beads are a little bit more difficult to move. The reason why is so then it's not so easy to not so easy to move because they have difficulty of seeing. So theirs is, I don't know how they did it, but theirs is round as well. They're not edged like this. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's called a Kramer abacus, and it should be a 1 in 4, a 1 in 4. So they modeled it with a Japanese style abacus. I'm very well. Do you know that the largest abacus is 43.36 meters? Yeah, and I think it was located in San Francisco, but they took it down. That's interesting. Yeah, I think they took it down. I saw an article on it, and I was gonna, but then they brought it back again because it was what was it? Because it was a historical thing. Yeah, I think I've seen that one. So, I'm very well, Tropical Paradise. I'm actually quite excited for mazes. We were doing subtraction, but here's a little rundown of the mazes. And I was just telling Tammy, like, I felt a little weird having like all these mazes, but I think it's going to work out very well. And what I did was I was going to do multiplication mazes, and I was going to section them off, and then I was going to do what I was going to do 3-digit mazes. Oh no, this is already published. I was going to do 4 digits and then 5 digits with a decimal, and then I was going to do was it 2-digit mazes. But the way I have it is I'm going to section every maze with a different concept. I'm excited for the mazes too. Really okay. Thank you guys so much for the support, because I was actually really having a mental block, because I was like, this is the same maze, it's just the same thing. But then it's obviously the paths are very different. I made the paths all different. They're all very different. And it took a while to figure that out. But I was afraid that it was going to be the same thing over and over. You guys, thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you guys so much. And so my idea was I'm going to have a book of mazes. That would be my next line. That would be the next series. And so what I was going to do is I was going to curate it. So, one section is going to be adding of the 5, one section will be minus the 5, one section will be adding of the 10, minus of the 10, and then the two-step equations, and then we're going to get into double digits. And then, and then we do the same thing with the multiplication. Consider it already purchased. So I was going to do it again for the multiplication. So multiplication is a single digit, 2 digits times 1 digit. But again, it's going to be, everything's going to be simple. And then it's going to be, everything is going to be minus the 5. And then there's going to be instructions in between. Excellent, adults need it. Thank you so much, Plasmo. Thank you. That's what it's like. The crazy thing about it is I actually came into introducing Abacus to parents with young kids. I did not think that adults would be interested in this. I did not. It was never part of my. It was never part of like. It was never part of that, and it was really interesting. So I do appreciate everybody coming in and supporting it. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, and so that was the plan. And so I think and then again, I was going to do, and then I have it again. This is going to be fantastic. I have it again for only 2 times table, and I do it for 3 times table, and I do it 3 times table simple, 3 times table plus 5. And that I think will help the kids when they start learning their multiplication table, because what we do is we do a lot of repetition. I'm 22, still so young, but as an adult, but still an adult, so it works. Oh my God, that's so fantastic. Thank you, Tropical Paradise, for the support. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm really excited for this line. And it'll be specifically called Abacus Mazes, and it will have the different subtitles. So the way I had it was, if I can find it. Oh yeah, here. So it was going to be Abacus Mazes, and then at the bottom it'll be different. So we'll do like adding and subtracting, and then this will be different. So but I'm going to have the same branding on that because I have my owls, my owls series, and then now I'm going to have a maze series. This is fantastic. So all my owls, right? They all look like that, and then I'll have a maze series. So I'm on book 13 right now. So, math has always been stress for me. I never thought it'd be a stress relief. I regret never knowing Abacus as a child. Helps focus. It does. Funny. When I started learning Abacus and I had a class, I had this one student that couldn't sit down for the longest time. And he started working on the abacus, and his mom was his mom was so amazed on how he was able to actually sit down long enough to do abacus, that he was able to sit down long enough to read a full chapter on a book. And she felt like that the abacus really helped them focus on figuring out the sitting down longer than just 2 seconds. So it was really interesting when she said that. I mean, that was like 20 years ago, but it's still very relevant. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, let me know if anybody had any questions. Diddly are you still around? I'm not sure if you're still around. But we can do this is the question itself. So what we're doing is we are doing minus the 5, and this is the hidden word. It's a fidget toy that helps you with math. I know, right? I know, and that was the thing. Oh yeah, Tropical Paradise. Let me know if you have any other questions. So, and I was trying to equate it with like, what is it? Oh, here it is. Here's my little list of like puzzles that we do as adults. It was Sudoku, crossword puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, word searches, and I was trying to think in chess. Maybe chess, right? Like these are all puzzles. Now I got to add in logical puzzles. I saw this one lady doing logical puzzles, and I'm like, what? But that's another thing. Logical puzzles. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, and I think what I wanted to do is I wanted to introduce Abacus and not have it so much as a math trauma. And there was the other person yesterday, they were like, yeah, my math teacher is so mean. Like, they yell at us all the time. I'm like, that's too bad. That's too bad that people have to yell. But I think the other thing is a lot of people don't understand math, and they just kind of do what they need to do. I always add it quickly in my head with the abacus. I don't have to worry about carrying over numbers. I know, right? That's the crazy thing. and I was trying to break it down. Oh, yeah, Plasma. I was trying to break down the whole, like, the blocks and stuff and how to make a 10 and how to do, like, 999. But I realized what it is the blocks is counting up. Whereas Abacus, you were here for that. Abacus is about exchanges. Yeah. Tropical Paradise, let me know if you have any other specific questions about Abacus. Like right now, we're just doing -5. So if I have -5, I don't know if Didi is still around. We have 5, and I want to take away the 2. How do we take away the 2? The better way. Where is it?
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
I love my sound bites. My sound bites are so awesome. I was listening to everybody else. Minus the 5. I want to minus the 5 plus the 3. Thank you, Tammy. And then I want to add the 1. I'm going to add the 1. Thank you, Plasmo. Yes, we're going to take away the 5. And then we're going to add the 5. So my final answer is 9. Yeah, that's a typo. I believe I fixed it. But I will have to update it. I have to double check it. Right? Is that correct? 5, take away 3, or take away 2, minus the 1. No, I'm wrong. Plus the 5. We're 7. Sorry. I was wrong. So 5 minus the 2 is plus the 3 minus the 5. Take away the 1, and then add the 5. So we're at 7. Yeah. I'm sorry. That was wrong for me. So we don't have a W. We don't have any answers here. So our next one is what? We have 5. We minus the 2. Some multiplication would be good. I'll follow you on whatever you're doing. Okay, we'll do some multiplication. We'll do multiplication because I got that. We'll do minus the 2. Minus the 2 is minus the 5 plus the 3. Thank you. Plus the 6. And then we're going to take away the 3. So my final answer is 6. So I have 6. I don't have any 6s here. All right. So let's do this one. Actually, let's finish the page. I'm sorry. I'm now just jumping around. Let's finish the page and then we'll go into multiplication. So we have 7. Take away 2. What is minus 1? We can't take away the 1, so what do? We have to minus the 1. It is, minus the 1 is minus the 5 plus the 4. Thank you. And then we have to take away 1 again. Yep. So we take away the 1. So my final answer is 3. So I'm going to put 3 on my answer. I find there's no 3 here. Okay? I don't remember what this word is. So we have 5. Take away 2. When we take away 2, what do? Minus the 5 plus the 3. Add the 6. Take away the 1. I'm sorry, take away the 5. My final answer is 4. So 0. It's not 0. O. So O. I remember this number. O and O. Okay, what's the next one? So we have 5. Take away the 1. Minus the 1 is what? We're right here. Minus the 1 is minus the 5 plus the 4. We take away the 1. And then we minus the 3. We take away the 3. My answer is 0. Oh, yeah. You know what that's the other thing is? B. The other thing is, because I say it out loud, it's another thing to hear it, right? So I do, when I say 0 plus the 5 minus the 2 and then minus the 1. My answer is 2. And then I have this one. So one of my, in the learning center that I have is we also do audio. We call it computer listening, but what it is you don't see the numbers, but you hear the numbers. So it's 5 minus the 2, plus the 2, minus the 3, and then minus the 3 again. What is my answer? My answer is 1. And there we are. So that's the answer, 1. So that's another way. Like I was going to do is I was going to have like a podcast that would just talk about the numbers, and then it'd be like getting the kids to understand how to listen as well. So that's coming down the pipeline. I should do that as a podcast. So I'll probably do like 30 questions and I'll just read it out. And it'll be slow, right? Just like my speed right now. I won't be talking super fast. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do a podcast with just me saying the numbers and say the next question. You think so? That's just a thought. I just got that thought. Because we do it in computer listening. But then the difference is at the school is we can randomize it, whereas the podcast is the same thing. Okay, so we are going to do some. But you know what? We don't do computer listening for multiplication. Everyone needs an abacus. Yeah. Yes, I think so too. All right. So what are we going to do is we're going to do distributive property. Here we go. Oh, maybe I should do this one instead. Cuz I want to write it out. Okay, tropical paradise. Are you ready? So what are we going to do? We're going to do 2 times 5. We know 1 2 3. 1 2 3. We're going to do 2 times 5, 3 places. Thank you. We're going to 2 times 5 is 10, 1 and 0. And then we're going to do 2 times 6, 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Remember, 6 is a double digit, so it'll be a 0 and a 6. So my final answer is 106. That was easy. 106. It takes me to here. So I'm going to go here, and then I go here. So again, it's 3 digits. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and I go 8 times 7. 8 times 7 is 56, right? So it's 560. 560. 560. Thank you, Lady J. Welcome. So it takes me to here. All right. So then we know this one because it's 3 digits, 1 2 3. So we do 1 2 3. 5 times 4 is 20. 2 and a 0. So my answer is 200. 200. Takes me to here. And now we're here. Okay. So this is what I call, thank you, Tammy. So this is what I call simple abacus. Simple because there's no formulas involved. And then the next step would be adding the formulas. So we have 3, 1 2 3. 5 times 7 is what? 5 times 7 is 35. Add the 3, add the 5. So my final answer is 350. So it takes me down to here, and now I'm over here. This one's easy, right? Every maze will have a mask maze, so then it gets you focused to just the question at hand. And I think that was a really good concept. So we have 1 2 3. 5 times 5 is 25. So is there numbers 4 you move to 4 places? Yes. So yes, exactly. So if I had yes. So do I have it? Here. Here's one question. Right? 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. But what we do is we do the same thing. We do distributive property. It's easy, Plasmo. It's easy. I'll show you. 5 times 7. What is 5 times 7? 5 times 7 is what? 35. Add the 3, add the 5. Right? 5 times 4. Thank you, Lady J. Thank you, Paradise. Right? 5 times 4 is what? 5 times 4 is equal to 20. There we go. Sorry, I had a brain fart. 5 times 4 is 20. Add the 2, add the 0. Okay, we're done with the 5. Now we're going to recount. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4 times 7. Oh my gosh, what? 4 times 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Add the 2, add the 8. Thank you, Lady J. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 4 is equal to 16. Add the 1, add the 6. That's it. So what's my final answer? But that's what I'm saying. That's what's going to take a little bit of time, is that I need to curate the questions. So then there's a slow graduation to go through. There's like steps to go through. Yes, thank you. 3,996. Thank you, Lady J. Thank you, Tammy. And that was the breakthrough that I had in my head. Like, I need to slowly introduce the concepts. So the first thing we do is we do simple first. Then we go to the next step and introduce how to add the 5. And then we do the introduction to add the 10. And then you go into adding the mixed, and then the sky's the limit. But I figured out that the path is to go step by step. Yeah, right, Paradise? That was my breakthrough, and that's why I'm really excited for the multiplication. Because before I was like, I need to curate all these questions, but I made an automation that I was able to categorize all of the questions that I put into, and now I just got to figure out my questions. But yeah, I mean, we could do another one. Yeah, we could do another one. Here's another one. So we do it again, right? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blesmo, was that okay? Blesmo, you all right? Did that make sense? 5 times 2 is 10, right? 5 times 2 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times 2 is 10. Add the 10, add the 1, add the 0. 5 times 4 is what? 20. Add the 2, add the 0. We're done with the 5. 1, 2, 3. We're back to here. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Tammy. So the next one is what? 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is what? 8 times 2 is 16. Add the 1, add the 6. Thank you. Thank you, Lady J. Thank you, Tammy. Now, what's the next one? 8 times 4. Hey, E. Hey, M. Right? You've changed your name again. And your picture. Yeah. I saw your picture. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, sorry. 32. Add the 3, add the 2. So my final answer is what? What is my final answer? Oh, before I forget, just so you guys know, I'm going to go camping. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday. So I'll be out Friday and I'll be back on the 24th. I'll be back on the 24th. Yeah. On my other account, my cousin tried to make me go live. So I put me, that's funny. Yes, thank you. 1,392. That's funny. That's very interesting. Not 82, 92, because it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. Thank you, Paradise. Yeah. So yeah, 192. 100. I'm going to write 1,392. That's the answer. Hey, Coco Mom. Welcome. So that's a little bit about multiplication. These are the only ones that I have curated so far, but there'll be more. So then my next one would be, so my next book would be the 3 digits times 1 digit. I'll go through the same process. And then I was going to do 2 digits times 2 digit. 2 digits times 2 digits is a little bit more involved, because I have to make sure that when we add that they make sense. But yeah, it's been very interesting. This project has been very interesting. But I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited, and it'll be so. I think it'll be so beneficial when I get it all done. But that's multiplication. So if there's any other questions, I mean, we can continue on. We have this one. Do we want to continue with this one? Well, let's finish this one, right? So we have 5 times 5 is what? 1, 2, 3. 5 times. I still may order simple books too. Really? To do a comparison. The simpler books has more activities for children, so the books that I have is more activity based. So like, I don't know if like the plus 10s. I don't know if I showed you. Thinking is tough. Thinking is tough. And if you don't keep up with it, it's really tough. So this one right here is my puzzle book. And not a puzzle book. This is my plus 10s. And inside my plus 10s, sorry, let me move that. So inside my plus 10s, what I did was, let me see if I can zoom out. So in the plus 10 books, what I did was I have these little activities, and I was going to do a spinning activity one. So this is my spinning activity. There we go. And what it is you use a paper clip and you spin it. But then what I do like is I have these puzzles. So I have a puzzle board. Oh, I did? Okay, so I have a puzzle board, and I'm just going to continue. And then I have my answers. And I thought that was kind of cool because then you get the kids to cut. So you'd be cutting, like cutting and pasting. Plus 5, plus 10 may get. It's up to you. But I do, it's been interesting. Like, the hard work of creating and being creative only happened because my kids are older. It's really interesting. But I do realize, like, as a young parent with kids that are young, there was no time. And so now my kids are a little bit older. All I got to do is make sure that one kid reads, and then the other kids are kind of like on their own. So then I have to keep myself busy because if I don't, then I'm just going to annoy my family. But here I can be on TikTok to annoy you guys. So that's what I got. Okay. So my next question is 25. So I had my 20 and I had my 5. And then this is 5. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 is a single digit. So remember we have a 0 and a 5. So my final answer is 255. The order I did has, and it has been set. Thanks. Yes, I sent it out and it's on its way. I hope you got the tracking number. 255. Yeah. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. It did. Okay, good. Yeah. And then I add every time people buy from me, what I do is I add a little bonus. So, I think for that one I had the column isolator. So there's this column isolator. It's a printout, and what it is just something that, you just print it out and then you can do this. And then it just kind of helps you keep track of, where we are. We're only, at any given time, we're only looking at 2 columns, which is very interesting. It's so interesting. So what it is you look at this number and then if you need to add the 10 or take away the 10, you always look at the column to the left. And I saw that. I was like, oh my God, that's brilliant. So it's so interesting on how breaking down addition and subtraction, how simple it is, but so powerful. We never go this way. We never go to the right. We always go to the left. Yeah. Yeah, right? It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, yeah, just breaking down the numbers, and I just have a newfound interest with how the numbers are working. I don't know if anybody else has done it, but I don't know if they do numerology and stuff, but I don't think they've broken it down to other people to understand. And so I think that's what it is. I think I broke it down so it's easy for us to understand. And if you notice, every number is very specific. You can't just put numbers together and hope for the best. So, like this one here. So we have 4 times 4 is 16. I add 1, I add 6. And then 4 times 9 is 36. I add 3, I add 6. So my final answer is 196. Hey, X, welcome back. Oh, I thought you've been around. 196. So that will take me to here. And this is easy, right? So this was just to practice. We know 6 times 1 is 6. 6 is a single digit. You go back 1 column, you add the 6. And then we have the 5, and then we add the 5. So my final answer is 65. And it takes me to here. And now I'm over here. So then we can do 7 times 5 is what? 7 times 5 is 35. And then 5 times 9 is 45. So that's my final answer. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know if you guys know, but my friend is Audrey, and she does algebra. She does the GED. She does the ASVAT. She does all the the things. What do you call it? Like those big tests and stuff. And then she made this one thing. Let me see if I can find it. She was talking about calculating interest. I don't know if you want to go through it, but I thought it was really fascinating, and I actually did it on the Abacus. And what we're going to do, I don't know, this is like, it's only the 14 of us, so I'm going to go through it. This is so amazing. So she had this question, and now we're talking about interest rates. Determine the interest rate. And I'm like, this is brilliant. And I was like bringing it down. I was like trying to figure out how do we make it in the Abacus. And so it's interesting. Everything that you see here is Abacus driven. So what we could do is we can take away we can do the subtraction. Let's do it. Are we ready? Do you guys want to figure out how to do? I don't know this concept. So this is above my pay grade. I had to like look at her question and I had to follow her thinking. Yeah, right. So I don't teach interest rates, just so you know. But I saw what she did, and so I'm like, this is cool. But this is a higher concept that I don't teach. Okay, so the first thing we do is 6,700 was invested into a simple interest account. After 3 years, the total value is 7,162.30. So now we need to do is we need to determine the interest rate. So she said the first thing we need to do is figure out how much is our interest rate. So all we had to do is take away the 762, right? 7,162.3, right? Minus 67. So when we take away the 67, let me get that closer. We take away 6. Can we take away the 6? Yes, we can. We can take away the 6. Can we take away the 7? I want to take away the 7 here. What do I do? To take away the 7 is what? What is minus the 7? Minus the 7 is... Minus the 7 is what? Plus the 10. Minus the 10. Thank you. Minus the 10 plus the 3. We're going to minus the 10 and we're going to add the 3. So my final answer is 462. Thank you, Tropical. Thank you, Paradise. Yes, thank you, Lady J. So I'm going to put in 462 as my answer. So we did 462.30. Okay, so now what? Then she started talking about this formula. Interest is equal to, I think, principal times the rate times time. And she said that time is made out of years. So then we set it up. 4 is our interest, right? 462.36. And then what we need to do is we times the principal, which is 67. R is our unknown, and 3. So what do we have to do? We have to do distributed property, right? We do 3 times 7, 3 times 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do 6 times 3 is 18. Add the 1, add the 8. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus the 2 plus the 1. Plus the 2 plus the 10 minus the 8, and then plus the 1. So we add the 1. My final answer is 20,100. Right? Are we okay with that? So we have 20,100. So then she says, what? Then she said we have to divide 20,100 by this. Good Lord. Yeah! But it's so crazy. It gets better. Okay, so now we're doing division. This is a different concept, but we could do it. We could do it on the Abacus. It works, right? It makes sense, right? You just got to figure this part out. That's like above my pay grade. But it works. So now look, we're going to take away. So what do? We have to minus. We have to do division here. We didn't do division, but I'll show you a little bit of division. Here we go. We're going to do 462.30. 462 divided by 20,100. So we have in multiplication, what do? We need to do the same thing. Division is the same thing as multiplication. We need to figure out where we're going to put our answer. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 digits over here. Take away 3 digits. So 5 take away 3 is minus 2. 5, it doesn't matter. It has to be, no, it's 2. It's 2. 5 minus 2 is, no, 5 minus 3 is 2. So where I'm going to put my answer is 2. That's why the big one. So we have 1, 2. We're going to be here. This is where the quotient is going to go. Let me get my little... Okay, so we have our divisor and we have our dividend. We have our divisor. This is our divisor and we have our dividend. Right? Now when I look on my abacus, 1, 2, our quotient is going to be on the abacus. Okay? Does that make sense? We're going to use our quotient. We got to put our dividend on the abacus. So my quotient sits on 2. My dividend is 4, 6, 2, 3. We don't need to worry about the place values. We just need to worry about the numbers right now. Let me zoom out. Okay. So my answer is going to be here. My quotient is here. Is that correct? Oh, no, that's not. No, it should be. Wait. 5. No, it's the other way. So it's supposed to be 3 minus 5 is equal to minus 2. That's what we're doing. Okay, got it. So what does it mean? So this is ones. This is 0. This is minus 1, minus 2. No, we need one more. Minus 2. So we're actually over here. Oh, maybe I go over here. 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2. Minus 2 is here. So my quotient is going to be here. This is my ones over here. So we're going to put in my number 4, 4, 6, 2, 3. Now we're going to count. Who is bigger? My dividend is 2. I'm sorry, my divisor is 2. We need to do a comparison. My divisor is 2. My dividend is 4. So I have my little chart. My divisor is 2. My dividend is 4. My dividend is bigger. So I'm going to what? Because my dividend is bigger, I need to skip this column. And I need to say 2 times what is equal to 4 or less. 2 times 2. So I got to put 2 here is equal to 4. I take away the 4. Now, whatever I do to this number, 2, I got to do it to here. 2 times 2 is 0. So I go back here and I take away 0. That's fine. 2 times 2 times 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 is a single digit. I go back one column and I take away the 2. And then 2 times 0 is 0. 0 is a single digit. I go back one column. Now we're done. We still have dividends. We have to check. Who is bigger? 2 is my divisor. 6 is my dividend. 6 is bigger. So I still go, skip one column, I'm over here. My quotient is here. So 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So I put 3 here and I take away the 6. So then we have to go through my whole divisor. 3 times 0 is 0. 0 is a single digit. I go back one column. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 is a single digit. I take away 3. And then 3 times 0 is 0. So my final answer is what? If this is 1, it's actually 1.023. So my percentage is 23%. And that's my rate. Yeah, I thought that was crazy. And I'm like, that's brilliant. I could do but the concept itself is very high concept. Like I don't do interest rates, but it is possible to do it. You just need to follow how to do the equations. How does that? Was that cool? I thought that was really cool. We're going to try to do a collab. She was going to do some questions and I was going to follow her with my abacus. So Plasmo, you need to do one more 0. You have to add one more 0 to that. Fascinating, right? Crazy. I know. I was like, oh my God. I just want to learn to balance a checkbook. Yeah, balance a checkbook, it's easy. Now you know. But now you know the power of understanding what your numbers look like. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. anyways, I thought that was I thought that was really fascinating. But yeah, I would have to, I would obviously have to prepare for that collab, because I can't do something this on the fly, because this is like big thinking. It would take me a lot longer to figure it out than to do. But I need to make an update on that. So now I know that if it's divisor minus, it's 3 minus 5. 3 is my the dividend minus the 5. Then you have the proper place value. That's why you need to be sure which one you're doing. I didn't think it was a problem, but now I know. You have to, because putting the quotient and the dividend on your abacus will help you figure out where your place values are. So we have to do 3 minus 5, and that will give you a negative 2. And then this will be on your number line. That's your number line. Yeah, I was trying to figure that part out. But yeah, it's fascinating. So, anyways. Hello. Hey, Jocelyn. I feel this is advanced. I'll stick to your night teaching. No, it was just something I was just trying to get into. I was just really excited because I was talking about how my friend Audrey, she teaches algebra, and she teaches geometry, and she teaches trig, and she also teaches for the big, what do you call it, the big tests and stuff. And so she actually did how to find the interest, and then as she go through, I was like, wait a minute, I could do all of this on my abacus. And so that would be probably when I start going into more advanced to figure out how to do all this stuff. But that's like way later. So welcome, Jocelyn. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, we were doing some multiplication, and then we were just doing some basic arithmetic. We finished all the way to this one. So, yep, that's it. And then that's it. So, how is everybody doing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody have any specific questions about abacus? Usually the morning is not so many people, and so the people that are usually here have been with me for a little bit, so we go a little bit more advanced. Excuse me. Or I answer any questions that you guys have. And then I can show you I do some product review. So, but yeah, I mean we're okay. What would you like, Jocelyn? Let me know. Like, do I offer classes? I don't know. I was trying to offer classes, but I don't know. I'm figure that out. I'm trying to I know a parent wanted me to go on Out School so I can put all my videos there, because I have, but the classes are right now. The classes are for kids. Oh, at night. Night is what? Night is very easy stuff. It's too easy for you, Plasmo. Because you already know how to add the 5 and add the 10. I just do the same thing over again. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, I'm getting ready to pick up my kids. I just want to learn to decide. I'm just here to learn with you. Decide to teach now. Oh yeah, not a problem. Yeah, Plasmo. I just do the same thing over and over again until people get it. I can focus more at night. Yeah, but the beginning, just enjoy hanging out. Yeah. Tammy, so funny. Plus, what did that make sense? So like at night it's just the same thing. Like I add, I subtract, and it's just adding like how to make a 5 and how to make a 10, and that's it. And it's the same thing, and then I repeat again. Right? And then but during the day, because there's not a lot of people, hey, I know your mom. I'm happy you know my mom. Thank you so much. How are you doing? But yeah, like during the day, I can go a little bit further, like more in depth, more practice. I'm getting it. Yeah. And that's what it is. It's just a lot about practice. Good. Hey, so do you know how to read the abacus? Are you here to read the abacus, or we're just kind of talking? Let me do a review. Let's do a review. We're going to learn how to read the abacus. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Because we have 5, we're going to do 6, right? You know how to? Okay, never mind then. We're just talking. So then, if that's the case, do you have any specific questions about the abacus? Thank you so much for the follow. We're just talking. You have no, okay. Okay. So, do you, Tammy, did you want to continue on with the book? My somebody was like, my husband was like, maybe you shouldn't add in the color by number. I'm like, I'm going to add the color in by number because there's like coloring books. Can we do problems where we have the 10? Okay. Okay. I didn't print out my new book, but I do have, you know what? Here is a practice book. So this is my practice book where all it is it's just a bunch of questions and there's no activities, but it's just a bunch of questions. And so I broke it up. This is what I call extra practice family, just in case somebody needed to have more practice on the plus nines. And so I tried to focus in on how to make a 9. So not make a 9, but how to use a 9. So we have 7. They can be big numbers. Oh, okay. The maze is the best, though that flower looks interesting. I like the flower. Coloring is fun. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. I didn't do big numbers just yet for the tens. I do. Okay, okay. You know what? Let me do this. Let me do a few of them and then we will go into the double digits. Because I do have that as well. I just didn't put it in a book yet. So we have 7 when we add the 7, and then we want to add the 9. We know how to add the 9. It's plus the 1, plus the 10, minus the 1, and then we add the 4. To add the 4 is what? What is to add the 4? How do we add the 4? Let me pull that up. Plus the 4 is, that's where it's interesting. We already have the 4 here. We already have the 5. So what's after the 5? We remember have to critically think because 4 has 2. We want to add the 4. So this is where it gets interesting, right? Can we add the 5? Can we add the 5? No, we can't. So what's the next number we can add? Thank you, Lady J. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Plesmo. Right? Plus the 10. Plus the 10 minus the 6. So my final answer is 20. Thank you, Lady J. Yeah. See, that's why it's critical to go through the workflow. That's the workflow. The workflow is always going to be this no matter what. Is there enough? Yes or no. But it only happens with 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's where I'm messing up. Yeah. So this is the workflow. Is this school? Yes, Brett. It is school. Yeah. So there's always going to be this path. You always start from 5, but if you cannot add the 5, then you go to the 10. Right? So then it works exactly the same as minus. It works exactly the same. Can you do it? Yes or no? That's why I have my little sound bit. Can we do it? Yes, we can. That's why we do more. Can we do the minus 5? Yes or no? Right? Can we do, and then it falls at the very end, at the bottom, which is minus the 10. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Brett, for the follow. So does that make sense? So this is 20. Let me write down 20. Okay. So we can do another one, right? So we have 3. I add my 3. I take away 2, right? I take away my 2. And then I have to add the 9. When I add the 9, what am I going to do? I'm going to plus the 10 minus the 1. And my final answer is 10. Easy. So we could do the same thing. We have 4, take away 2, minus 2, and then plus the 9. Thank you, Lady J. Yes, plus the 9 is what? Plus the 10 minus the 1. So maybe we should do is this one. Let's do a 2-digit mixed number. That would maybe be better. So here we can do, let's do this one. $103, right? Let me get my... We have 103. Now what are we going to do? We have to minus 6. Which one are we going to do? Minus the 6 or minus the 7? Which one do you want to do first? Minus the 7. Okay, so minus the 7 is what? Minus 7 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 3. Minus the 10 plus the 3. And then we have to take away the 6. Thank you, Tammy Plasmo. Right? Thank you, Lady J. So now we're going to take away the 6. We needed to take away the 6. We're taking away the 6 here. Minus the 6 is what? Plus the 4 minus the 10. Or minus the 4 plus the 10. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Clean! How's it going? It's been a little bit. Are you out of school yet? So we're going to minus the 10 and then plus the 4. Plus the 4. Remember this 4? Plus 4 is what? Oh, sorry. We want to add the 4. How do we add the 4? We want to add the 4 here. Just left. Like for the summer? I'm ready to learn more abacus. How do we add the 4? Plus the 5. Yes, thank you. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Plus the 5, take away the 1. So my final answer is what? 27. 27. No, for the day. Oh, when are you out? When are you out, Mr. Clean? My kids are out already. They've been out for like 2 weeks already. Oh, and I will be gone. Oh, just so you know, I will be gone June 13 to the 22. I'll be back on the 24. I think I'll be back on the 24. Oh, sorry, 23. So I'll be back on June 23, 24. Yeah. So just so you guys know, I'll be around. We leave for summer on June 27th. Okay. Oh, okay. So we're missing. Oh, whoa, that's late. Thank you so much, Lady J. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. I got to cut that out. But just so you guys know, yeah, because I went camping. I went science camp with my kid, and I was out for like a whole week. So I'm still around, but just, yeah, this is our family vacation. So let's do it the other way. So we started with the 7. Oh, that was the thing. So we started with the 7, and what I was going to do with the adult book, I wanted to go the other way too. So we're going to start with the 6. So we do 103. So we got to do the 6 first. Starlink could still... Yeah, I have a Starlink, and that's what we're going to test out, but I'm not sure what we're going to be doing. So plus the 6 is what? Oh, minus the 6 is what? Minus the 10 plus the 4. Let's plus the 4 here. Can't plus the 4. Plus the 4 is equal to what? Plus the 5 minus 1. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Now I need to minus the 10. I need to take away the 10. Take away 1, take away 0. Take away 1, take away 0. You're funny, Plasma. Take away 1, take away 0. What are we going to do? We have to take away the 1. Take away the 1 is what? Can we take away the 5? No, we can't take away the 5. What are we going to do? We have to take away the 10. So minus the 10 plus the 9. Minus the 10 plus the 9. That's the 6. Now we're done with the 6. Now we have to do the 7. Easy. Can we do it? Yep. Take away the 7. So my final answer is 27. And I think that's the format for the adult one. The format for the adult one is going to be, I want the right way, the left to right, and then right to left. And I think that will add a little bit of complexity. Oh, thank you guys so much for liking the lives. But I think that's what I was going to do. This would be the format of my adult book, because I want you to write it out. Yeah, it helps. Yeah, I think the writing it out really helps, but then I'd have to really break it down. Figure out how many lines. I think I'm just going to put generic lines, so I just have it available for you guys to like write it. So I don't know how big the numbers. I think I'd probably be able to put like maybe 4 or 6 questions on one page. But maybe if I break up the page like half and half, maybe I'll be able to do 12 questions on each page. Yeah. Thank you, Plasmo. Yeah, I'm really big about how to make it easier for users. I'm always really big about how can I make it easier for you. And so it's a lot about usability. But this didn't come about until I was doing this. So that's why I really enjoy the lives, because it really gives me ideas how to structure the workbooks. Your booklets are real. Oh, thank you so much, you Apple user. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support. I honestly didn't think, funny. I actually tried to do worksheets like 10 years ago, but the only person, what am I teaching right now? I'm doing double digits. This one happens to be a 2-step equation. So my only person that was able to tell me anything was my brother, and he was like, "These are too complicated. I don't think anybody would enjoy this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, never mind then." But now, since the birth of like TikTok and Amazon, and it's just easy to do, now I can just be easy. Yay, multiplication! Oh, you want to do multiplication? We could do it. So here we are. We're going to do our 2-step. Well, not 2-step. We're going to count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have, what is 9 times 8? Your bro's a hater from day one. No, he's not a hater. No, he's not a hater. He just doesn't think outside of the box. That's what it was. He doesn't think outside of the box. So we have 72. Thank you. 9 times 8 is equal to 72. He's the type of person that everything needs to be perfect. And I'm the one that just be like, I'm just going to do it and see what happens. So we're very different. And he doesn't take to Abacus like I took to Abacus. Like, I think it's the greatest thing next to sliced bread, but he thinks it's more of a chore. But I don't think he understands like the beauty of, because we only talk to kids. We never talk to adults. And only until I started getting into TikTok do I see the value of teaching the adults and making math so like enjoyable and relaxing. So we have 8 times 3. 8 times 3 is what? 8 times 3 is... What's 8 times 3? 8 times 3 is 24, right? I got one. Yeah! Yeah! 744. You're right. Teaching adults is more difficult because there's no telling what they're taught. That's very true. Hello, WWE. Welcome back. It's not, no, teaching adults is actually not that difficult. We just didn't know. I didn't know that there was a gap there, if that made sense. Welcome back. We're just hanging out. We're just doing some random questions now. But usually, yeah. So yeah, 744. Well done, Mr. Clean. Well done. You guys are so awesome. I really do enjoy the community that you guys are building. But yeah, I don't like it when people are like, "I'm too slow for this." I'm like, no. That's not how we're gonna talk. We're just gonna keep going through it. I love multiplying. Oh, good. So yeah, I'm really keen on it. I saw you did a video on 7 digits, all different. Oh, because I enjoy the community you build and the joy and the passion for having us. Oh, thank you, Mr. Clean. I appreciate that. And it's so funny. WWE actually showed my videos to the teacher. And I'm like, why? You need to pay attention. You need to pay attention at school. And WWE is like, I am. I'm showing you to my teacher. I'm like, oh my goodness. You guys are so funny. Oh my goodness. You guys are so funny. All right. What are we doing? We're going to do, that one. Yeah. Because I think it was I forgot who it was, but I was talking about the bigger number, and I was just showing like, and this was like, where is it? It was a bigger number. It was one of these numbers. So it came from this. So, did your teacher decide to try and try and okay, we'll do multiplication. But this is what I was trying to show. And then somebody else showed me like another number. Oh yeah, there it is. That's the other number over here. Okay. Yeah, we'll do multiplication. Let's do some multiplication. Oh, you're going to like this one. So I did it. I started off with, I don't think so. That's the other thing, is trying to figure out how to make a, what do you call it, a professional development class for teachers so they can teach abacus to mainstream school. Let's see. Let's try this one. Should we try this one? I don't remember what I did. Okay. So we're going to go here. Okay. So we're going to count, right? 1, 2, 3. 5 times 9. 5 times 9 is what? $45. Thank you. 45. So I had the 4, I had the 5. Now we do, thank you, WWE, thank you, Tammy, thank you, Plasma. I solved it. Yeah! So 5 times 5 is what? 25, right? Add my 2, add my 5. Oh. So it's 475. No, that's not what I want. No, that's fine. So, okay, wait. This is the CNC. Is it this one? Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's this one. I had it broken up and I was trying to figure it out. So we have this one. How about this one? Good job, Mr. Clean. It is 475. How about this one? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 7 times 2. The 9s are coming. 7 times 2 is 100. 100. There we go. Right? And then 7 times 2 is equal to 14. Add the 1, add the 4. 7 times 2 times 5 is equal to 10. Add the 1, add the 2. Add the 1, add the 0. Add the 1 plus the 5 minus the 4, and then the 0. So yes, my final answer is 150. Thank you. The 9s are coming. Yeah, I was trying to find it. So 150. So I need to go this way, right? So we have this one. 86. 86 times 3. 1, 2, 3. 86. 24 plus 20 plus 4 plus the 6. Plus 6 is what? 18. Plus the 1 plus the 8. 258. Well done. Well done, Mr. Clean. Well done, WWE. 250. Ooh. So is it 2 times 8 times 3 is 24, and then 6 times 3 is equal to 18. And so this is my next one. 200. 258. 200. I thought I got it wrong. So here we go. 258. Okay. So easier than adding. Right now it is. Right now it is. But again, it goes back to curating the questions so it's an incremental, gradual, it's a gradual climb. So 44, 1, 2, 3. So 4 times 8 is 32. Add the 3, add the 2. But see, funny, you guys already know how to add the 5. Now it becomes simpler, doesn't it? So we do 30 and then 2. So my final answer is 552. Yes, 552. Right? It's so amazing. It's so amazing. But that's the building. So we build it, and then as I build, I can continue on. So we have 352. No what? No, Plasmo? What do you mean no? So we have 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 is a single digit. There we go. 500. No, sorry. 300, 352. Yep, 352. Sorry. Because it's 3, 2, and then again, 3, 2. 352. Sorry, I apologize. So 5 times 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 7 is equal to 21. I add my 2, I add my 1. Add my 2, I add my 1. 51. Thank you, Mr. Clean. Yep, 51. But here we just started how to do the adding of the 5. Wait, I mean, 1 means back 1 space. 1 digit is a 0, 1. 1 digit is 0. The leading is a 0, right? So if it's 3 times 1 is equal to 3, we do 0, 3. We got to figure out how to make this as a 2-digit. When it's a single digit, we have to make it a 2-digit number. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's one of the rules. Just the way the decimal system is. So we have 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Add 1, add 2. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 8 is 32. 500, 152. Yep. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Mr. Clean. Yeah, and I think this would really help the kids to get their math facts really solid, because it's also integrates like distributive property, and it kind of goes up to their speed, I think, right? 152. So we go up here. So what's our next one? 7 times 9 is equal to 7 times 9, 63. 4 times 9 is 36. Add the 30, add the 6. Thank you, Daniel, for the roses. What'd you guys get? 600. Yep, 6. That's what I got. 666. And then it takes me to here. 666. So we have 1, 2, 3. 8 times 8 is equal to 64. 8 times 6 is 48. So 64 and then 48. Yes, thank you, Mr. Clean. 688. That's it. So, Mr. Clean, just so you know, this is my new book of the mazes, and it'll be multiplication mazes. And then I was going to do addition mazes. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 is a single digit, so I want to make it a double digit. 0, 4. 0, 4. I noticed. I loved it. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Vocalize. Okay, vocalize plus the 5. Plus the 5. What? 6 times 4 is 24. Add the 4. Add the 20, add the 4, add the 2. Add the 2 is plus the 5 minus 3. And then plus the 4. So my final answer is 64. Thank you, Shayla. Well done. Thank you, Mr. Clean. Well done. Okay, vocalize plus 5. Okay, I will vocalize more. Thank you. I forget, and I just kind of do it, because I'm so involved with my 64. Okay, there we go. So what we're doing is we're doing distributive property, right? And we're doing it on the abacus. So we have 8 times 4. 8 times 4 is equal to 32. Add the 3, add the 2. So then our next number is 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 48. Add the 4, add the 8. Hello, AI TikTok God. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for sharing my live and liking it. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you so much. So we have add the 4, add the 8, add the 4. Plus the 4 is equal to what? Plus the 5 minus the 1. And then we add the 8. So my final answer is 368. Thank you, Plesmo. Plus the 5 minus the 1. Thank you so much, AI TikTok God. I hope you have a good day. I hope you're learning some abacus. So we have 368. Yeah, not a problem. Thank you. So we have 368, and then we have this one. All right. So 27 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 is a single digit, so we're gonna go back one column. 0, 4. So I have my 0, I have my 4. I'm gonna add my 4. 7 times 2 is 14. Add the 1, add the 4, add the 1. Adding the 1 is plus the 5 minus the 4, and then we add the 4. So my final answer is 54. Thank you, Mr. Clean. Thank you. 54, and my final answer, here we go. 8 times 3 is what? 24, right? We add our 20, we add our 4. And then we have 4 times 8 is 32. Add my 3, add my 2, add my 3. Oh, sorry. Add my 3. There we go. So, how do you add 3? Adding the 3 is plus the 5 minus the 2. And then we add the 2 of the 32. So my final answer is 272. I still got it right. Yay! Right? 272. Your voice guided me. Yeah. Oh, that was the thing. So that's what I was going to do is I was going to have a podcast of the specific numbers. And so then it would be listening as well. So that's the other thing. With the Abacus curriculum, there's like listening, and then there's the visualization, and then there's the flash. There's a whole thing. But then what I wanted to do is I was going to have it as a listening. So I was going to put a podcast together, and I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to, call out the numbers and answer, call out the questions, and then you provide the answers, but there won't be any answers to the podcast. Maybe I'll do it later. Maybe I'll have another podcast that says, okay, well, here's the one with the answers. So maybe I'll do 2, one with answers and one without answers. Yeah. And then I can have people sign up for it. Oh, that'd be cool. People sign up for it. But with the voice, if they don't have abacus. That's true. But then that would be the caveat, right? You could do it without the abacus, because I'm just calling out numbers. This just happens to be an abacus focused question, right? So they might not see the pattern, or they might see the pattern, they might not see the pattern. So it's just a bunch of questions. It just happens to be, just as I'm talking about here. Just like like this one doesn't have to be abacus based, but I am going to put in abacus lessons in it, so then it makes sense. So even though I have it broken up, I'm still going to have abacus as my learning pages. Yeah. All right. Hello, Karina. Thank you so much for the follow. Okay, everybody. I am getting a little tired. Thank you, everybody. I tried to visualize. It's not easy. It is not easy. It is not, because these are very abstract, right? And so it's just very interesting. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And supporting me and really encouraging me to build out more books. I'm very excited for the new line of books. I just got to finish my curriculum of how to add and subtract, and then I'm going to go into adding more maze books. But yeah, the mazes are all different ways, so there's plenty of variety. Thank you so much, Plesmo. Thank you so much. I need to start from scratch with the first one. Oh, hey, Chris. Welcome. Let's do a little review. So here we are. Thank you so much for commenting. We want to do is we're going to read the abacus. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The top beat is a value of 5. And then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. You might be wondering, well, why do I do 10? 10, if we look at it, every column is a place value. So, no, thank you, Chris, for letting me know. If you didn't let me know, then I would have just signed off. But I have like a bunch of people here. Thank you, Tammy. I'll see you on my next live. Yeah. And we'll just hang out. Thank you, Tammy, so again for the vote of confidence. Oh, it's so crazy. Like I didn't. Okay, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, Chris, this is what we're going to do. Every column is a place value. So we have our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, our 10,000s. So when we're looking again, when I said 1, 2, 3, 4, now we can do 10, 1, 0, 20, 2, 0, 30, 3, 0, 40, 4, 0. And then what we're going to do is we're going to count to 50. This is 50, 5, 0. When we look, this is not 10. This is 55. This is 10. This is what 10 looks like, 1 and a 0. Does that make sense, Chris? So that's the basics of understanding how to read the abacus. And then there's more, right? There's more to adding and subtracting, but I am going to sign off. I'm getting a little tired. My voice is not as high as it used to be. Thank you. Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Give me a follow and then you can catch my new live. Well, you can catch my lives when I have a little bit more energy, but I've been on for like 2 hours, so I'm like kind of coming down a little bit. Thank you, Mary G, so much for the heart me and the gift. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I didn't realize you were here. Okay, Mr. Clean. Take a break, catch a breath. I see you in the next one. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one, Chris. Thank you, Mr. Clean. I appreciate you, Mr. Clean. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm excited for the multiplication mazes and the way I have it curated. So it's going to be, just so you know, it's going to be 2 digits times 1 digit. And I'll have another book that says 3 digits times 1 digit. And then I'll have another book that says 2 digits times 2 digits. And then it doesn't matter. It's just going to be free for all. But yeah, I'm actually very excited for it. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh, okay. So thank you again, Chris, for joining and commenting. Thank you, Mary, for the gifts. I am going to sign off. Thank you again. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you in my next live. Bye. Thank you, Chris. See you later, Mr. Clean. It was good to see you again. And see you later, WWE. I'm not sure if you're still here. Okay.